Welcome to NFL Daily.
This is a great jaunty tune. I love it.
I'm in good spirits.
We are here in the Chris Wesseling podcast studio, and my name is Gregg Rosenthal, and I'm here with Colleen Wolfe and Jourdan Rodrigue, ready to pass out some hardware.
Yeah, we are. Welcome, everybody. This is so much fun. This is, I feel like, should be my theme music. This is what plays in my head when I'm at home and I'm singing to my dogs. I love it. Great job.
This explains a lot. I want you to host, I was going to say future award shows, but can you just take the wheel now?
No, Greg. You are the host.
Jourdan Rodrigue, you're here too.
Woohoo! I love hearing the sounds of Colleen's brain. It's wonderful. Oh my gosh.
Weird place.
Now, what are the sounds in your brain like after, let's say, the Dodgers take out the Phillies in the playoffs?
Okay, nothing.
Okay.
Darkness. It's just like post-apocalyptic sounds. Wind.
Monk chant.
Okay, we're gonna spin it back positive here.
Okay, yeah.
Look, it's awards time, and we're here on the NFL channel. In addition to being in your ears, we love everyone that listens to the podcast. But
in your ears, your hearts, your mind,
and they
everywhere.
said it's the midseason,
And in your room right now.
and in your brain. I know what you were thinking about, Jerry. It's kind of weird. I showed up last week to pick up some pizza on Halloween.
And then what
I was
happened?
neighborhood dad and had literally 17 children at my house, which was way too much. We're gonna whittle down that list next year. Sorry,
Really? You
sorry
had
to some of the
17
kids.
kids?
Exclusive and coming next year.
Well, and parents and stuff. So it was just way too much.
Greg lives in a mansion. We get it.
They were out.
Okay.
They were absolutely packed in my backyard, which is only like half of a backyard. Anyways, when I picked up the pizza, I saw us, NFL Daily, on the NFL channel. And so the NFL channel, it's important. It's free over-the-air television. You get it on all your TVs. And they said, this is halfway through the season. You got to do a mid-season award show. And we thought, well, it's trade deadline week. How about both? Why not both? And so what we're going to do is we're going to give out some of our own awards. And we're going to just kind of discuss the actual awards that the Associated Press hands out. And we're going to give, not predictions. I want this to be clear. Not predictions for what's going to happen at the end of the year.
Okay,
we're going to give for what has happened so far. Just this half season.
Got it.
Give our half season
Love it.
MVP.
You did write that in the text, didn't you?
Maybe, actually, probably a conversation we should have had before.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they tell
Didn't
us to
see
do some awards. We're going to do them. We'll go back and forth between like our awards and the regular awards. And let's start with the most irregular award of all. And that's one that's given out by Colleen Wolfe.
Oh, okay, great. Well, congratulations, because the 2025 Revenge Body Award
Ooh.
goes to the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, of course.
Yes, they're so deserving of it. And it's because I broke up with them, essentially, by not doing the normal thing that I do, that I have done for years and years, is supporting them, believing in them, thinking this is going to be their year. And I quietly stepped away and said, all right, I'm not going to let my heart get broken again, because I know I keep committing myself to this team and they're not putting in the work and reciprocating. So I'm going to protect my own energy here. And now I'm watching from afar how great they are doing. They are winning. This offense is incredible. I know they had a down week last week. I'm just pretending it didn't happen. Every single team has a bad week, okay? So let's just deal with that. But their general manager is making trades, big ones, Sauce Gardner. This is a huge deal. And I just love the fact that Carly Gordon is running the show, and the show has been so much fun to watch and so successful. She's been incredibly hands-on. You see her on the sideline with the headset on. She's been in these meetings. She's asking these questions. There's so many stories about her. And the fact that they're having this success with that happening, I don't think that it's a coincidence. So I'm going to say that Carly is the good luck charm. And this is she's taking revenge on the entire league, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she would say that the team, and I wouldn't even discount this being part of the whole Sauce Gardner equation, is inspired and trying to take advantage of this post Jim Irsay passing season. Because it's on their helmets. They've talked about it a lot, and they've kind of talked about, man, wouldn't it be incredible to get back to the Super Bowl to honor her father, Jim Irsay. So I love this. And unlike most revenge bodies, though, I feel like you've now done your mea culpas.
Okay.
I think Colts fans forgive you. Who was really on the Colts the last handful of years, especially in the Steichen era?
I was there in the back.
They're welcoming you back.
You did so much emotional labor for them, Colleen.
I know.
Right. I think now you should be able to enjoy the spoil of their revenge body.
Well, listen. Daniel Jones. That's my guy. Daniel Jones.
We got a new one.
Yeah.
Were there any other candidates potentially for the revenge body? I was trying to think if
Sam Darnold to the Vikings and to the world and to the Jets. Actually, like the ex-Jets on the Seahawks from the other night. Leonard Williams and Sam Darnold together making great music.
and ex-Giants with Daniel Jones and Leonard Williams, also an ex-Giant.
Yes.
So it's like double dipping there.
It's a microcosm of your pick, but Lou Anarumo revenge
Sure.
body.
Oh, perfect. I wrote that down to say, thank God you
I
said
feel
it,
like
Big
I saw
Lou.
you.
And yeah, who knew that Sam Darnold will be showing off that revenge body and maybe making Kevin O'Connell a little jealous. You know, it's like didn't expect that to be the revenge. All right, Jourdan, your award.
My award, first award today. Congratulations to Joe Burrow for winning the Despite All My Rage, I'm Still Just a Rat in a Cage.
Oh no.
Joe Burrow seemed to get everything he ever freaking wanted, and he is still freaking watching and seething from the sideline as his defense implodes all over again for another year, despite all his pushing and his emotional lobbying for all these wide receiver contracts to still end the same way because you're stuck in the cage of this defense and you're never getting out until you get out of there, Joe.
Yes! Get him!
Right as a tour group walks by. Love that for us.
Love you guys.
Awesome.
I mean, maybe the cage is the entire Bengals organization.
Oh, no,
You get the metaphor.
You can't get out.
You get the
It's
metaphor.
a tiger in a cage, too.
You know what could make...
Bengals.
I'm not saying Joe Burrow is this self-centered, but if you're coming up with like the worst possible equation, it's actually someone putting up quarterback stats as good as Joe Burrow could while they're still losing. So it's like the worst of both worlds. Joe Flacco is out there having all this fun and showing like, hey, anyone can look good with T. Higgins and Yoshivas and Jamar Chase, but they don't even get the wins for Joe Burrow to return to.
Yeah, he can't even reap the rewards of his own emotional labor that he put in, and he just has to watch, again, this entire team fall apart because the problems remain the problems, and he still remains stuck there in sort of this hell of partially his own creation.
If you're watching right now, the video that is playing is Joe Burrow on the sideline. I think that was the Thursday night football game when Joe Flacco got his first start, and he looks like he just came out of that cage.
Yes. Yeah.
Rolled out of bed. I feel so bad for him.
He did get bangs. That's how we know something is wrong. Also, I want to paint the picture of people for people who are listening and maybe weren't watching. You should be watching this show, especially this episode. But we were rocking out, and we were in full thrash metal mode right as a tour group was walking by the windows, and then they all stopped because we look like we're all having seizures in here.
That's showbiz, baby.
Felt really good.
You ever go to like a hard, like heavy metal type
Maybe
of show?
are we the rats?
Colleen,
Are we
I
the
know
rats?
Jourdan.
Do you think I have?
I think Jourdan has.
Yes.
She's definitely been
Really?
at like
Yes. I've caught some Tool. some
Tool.
Nine Inch Nails.
No way.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Cool?
Big time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I write to Tool. Our good friend Nate Tice grinds film to Tool.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. I'm so sorry. I must know this. What was your first concert you ever went to?
My first concert I ever went. That's tough. I don't think.
There was one.
Yeah, there was one. I just don't know if I remember
No?
it in the moment. Yeah.
Do you remember yours?
Third Eye Blind?
I do.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
My first concert was a They Might Be Giants with Frank Black, the lead singer of the Pixies, opening, which
Oh,
is
cool.
a great one. But even better, my second concert was Nirvana on the In Utero tour,
Oh,
which ages me,
so
but it's pretty good.
That's
Pretty
sick.
good.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Mine was Redman and Method Man.
That's amazing.
Hell yeah.
And very fitting to this
Yeah.
day.
Great.
My first award is the What Award. And it's the team.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I
What?
love this drop
What?
so much.
What?
Funny.
What?
It's the team that just makes you say, what?
What?
Like, what are you?
Turn it off.
What?
Turn
Okay,
it off.
stop it. Stop it, please.
What?
The Falcons, who you hit on last week, I think very well, Jourdan, so I don't need to repeat it. The Vikings, they actually lead the league in the most variance, like you can statistically measure what? And that's kind of variance in terms of inconsistency week to week of like how good or bad they are, according to Football Outsider. The Vikings would be in the mix. The Ravens, like I think we've just accepted, oh yeah, the Ravens, they might be coming back to the playoffs. What are you doing being 3-5? You stunk even with Lamar Jackson. Like the Panthers are there for me too, which is just like, how are you good? It confuses me. But ultimately,
I was thinking about that for Revenge Body or like Sneaky
Yeah.
Grim Reaper.
Ooh.
because to me, it's like they seem like they aren't a very good team. Like they're the 27th best team, and yet they're 5-4. So you got to give them a little credit. But ultimately, it's the Packers, and they've won this award. Congratulations! Let's get the award sounds from early in the show. I really like that. Jordan Love
Yeah.
for like 3 weeks. He'll just be on top of EPA per play and all your numbers and QBR. Why isn't Jordan Love in the MVP conversation? And then they have a game where they don't punt and they lose by a field goal and they score in the teens to the Panthers. And you're like, I can't even really criticize you because the numbers still look good, but you still find a way to lose. I don't really know what you are. Green Bay Packers, you're the winners of the Watt Award. I don't know.
I'm obsessed with this song.
You really have this.
I want to
more.
tell you I listened to everything you just said, but
No.
I'm just dancing.
It was about the Packers.
This is what I'm going to play every day that I leave the parking garage of work.
I feel like the Packers started the season as a lot of people's Super Bowl favorites.
They did.
They're right there still, near the top of the NFC. Like, it all looks like it should make sense, and yet
What?
I'm left a little wanting more. I don't know what the Packers fans are having serious Matt LaFleur conversations, which is really surprising to me.
Wow.
Like, is this guy a good coach? Do we think he's the right guy? Which is troubling. But the game management, the less than the sum of their parts does just leave you saying what?
What?
I was surprised that they lost to the Vikings.
One more time, since we're not gonna listen to
What?
this for a little bit.
Oh,
Hopefully.
who knows, though?
Okay, let's actually take a little break from our awards, and
There's other awards?
yeah, we're
There
gonna
are
talk.
more.
We're gonna talk about the actual awards, and this will be a little more open ended. We're not. We don't know how this is gonna go. I'm just gonna throw out some names that I think would be worthy of discussion for potential
Okay.
candidacy
Cool.
for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Let's start with Emeka Ibuka.
Yes.
Certainly in that mix. Who else? Jackson Dart has played pretty well for a starting quarterback. I know he missed 3 weeks, but he's actually the betting favorite in Las Vegas. Now, they're doing something different than we're doing.
Really?
They're predicting, in a sense, who's going to win the award at the end of the season, and they're kind of baking into that quarterbacks win a lot.
No.
We're not predicting.
No.
We're
Please,
awarding.
No.
T-Mac is in the mix, and Tyler Warren. Those would be my
Tyler
top 4.
Warren.
Those would be my
Yeah.
top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into Tyler Warren. I think that he would be. He deserves it. I
So-
think.
It's a really good offensive rookie class. Because I didn't even mention Aronde Gadsden, which
Sleeper.
he could easily have like the best numbers. Like he have better numbers than Tyler Ward in the end. He could set the all-time record for tight end yards in a season, beating Brock Bowers from a year ago. Like that's possible. Ashton Genty has obviously been good. Quinshon Judkins, I don't think they're serious. Where do you go here off
Well, I think-
off the bat?
I feel like you already know where I go as the leader of the Emeka Boot Club. Like I love this guy. I think that he is deserving. His production has slowed a little bit, but that's injury related. And then obviously they had the bye. So I feel like he's going to come out swinging again post bye. And he still is leading all rookies in receiving yards with 562 and receiving touchdowns with 5. And he's still got Baker Mayfield throwing him the ball. So, and going to need him to really produce down the stretch, a back stretch of the season. So I love Tyler Warren for this award too, but I really think that Emeka Egbuka will win it.
Does feel like a 2-man race.
Or should win
and
it.
it's
Should win it. We're not predicting. I said
no,
should
yeah,
win it.
it's the half season award. What we're gonna do, we're gonna put it in a time capsule, and then we'll be able to look back and be like, oh, look, those were the half season awards. We'll always know who had the best half season. I think it is Warren or Abuka.
Well, I would say Warren just because
Ooh.
maybe this isn't the prevailing situation now, but traditionally and before, tight ends, rookie tight ends specifically, they took a little bit
Yeah.
longer to
Good point.
develop in the NFL. It would be a couple years until you really saw them at the peak of their powers. Maybe that is kind of old school now because we've seen college offenses evolve too. But I specifically think that's why what he's done has been impressive. I like him with the Colts. Obviously, I love the Colts. We all know that now.
She's
and
back.
Yeah, I just think he's deserving of it.
It's very close. I'm gonna have to break the tie here because I do think it's one of those. I'm gonna give it to Mecca Abuka. Just I think more wow plays. Warren's amazing. Like they've schemed him open so well. He unlocks everything that they do. So I don't think you could go wrong with either of
I
those
think
two.
Abuka too really just surprised everyone
Yes.
because no one saw him coming. Nobody realized that he was going to be this good. And Tyler Warren was someone who was like
Yeah, you
prognosticated
were supposed to be
this good.
Yeah.
They are both like all pro candidates. I mean, Abuka not as strong today as he was a couple weeks ago before that
Yeah.
injury, but he was a candidate to make first or second team all pro, and so is Tyler Warren. So they're not even just the best rookies in the league, like they're among the best at their position.
Good
But
for them.
We're giving the award to
Congrats.
Abuka. Sorry, Colleen. Defensive Rookie of the Year. It's not a good class for. I'm just comparing it to other years where there's not as many strong candidates. These were the 4 I came up with as the top ones, but you guys happy to listen to anyone else. Carson Schlesinger for the
Mhm.
Browns has been really good, and then at the same position, Jahad Campbell for the Eagles, like 2 guys plugged in, playing most snaps. Campbell getting a few less snaps now that Nakobe Dean is back, but he's been really solid. Abdul Carter, a lot of pressures there for the Giants. Jacob Parrish, you talked about a lot, Jourdan, at cornerback for the Bucks. Those, to me, would be the best ones. Nick Amenwari is coming fast, but he just missed too much time, I think, to win like a half season award. Michael Williams was pretty good as well. But we're talking about just this half season. Who do you think's been the best?
Carson Schlesinger, because I think that he's playing among the most difficult. Jahad Campbell's playing a very, very difficult position, but Schlesinger is calling the defense, is running the defense for the Browns, and has produced to that level as a rookie. It's extremely difficult to do, and he has looked incredible. I think it's really, really lucky in the context of this award that we're marking this at the halfway point because he is injured. So he probably will not have a shot at winning this down the later portion
I
of
think
the
he's
season.
coming back soon. I was glad to hear that.
Off-
Maybe first game right
off-
off the bye.
Off of an ankle injury. So
Yeah.
you always got to look out for something like that. And I really, Jahad Campbell's one of my favorite players in the NFL right now, is one of my favorite players coming out in the draft. We were so excited about him, projected him where he should have gone in the draft, in our mock draft. But I do think because playing that middle linebacker position, especially on a defense where you are done no favors by your offense time and time and time again, and you look that dominant still, and you look like a player so beyond your years, that's a player who I would give that award to.
I thought that I was going to come in here and be the one person that said Schlesinger should
Oh.
be the answer
Let's
here
go.
and he should get the award. So I'm glad that we're all aligned on this
Yeah.
because I just also feel like he's playing in Cleveland
Yeah.
and he's not experiencing like probably a happy year at
Yeah.
this point, and he deserves a little bump here because he's played so well. He's an every down player. He's come up in clutch moments. That interception he had against the Patriots, he had a couple really big splash plays against the Dolphins too, I believe. So I loved him this year, and hopefully he can come back and put on a good performance the second half of the year.
Yeah, I was a little surprised he's lower than I would expect it, at least in like the betting markets.
What's-
Eamon Worry would be, I think, a great pick for that because I think he's going to come higher. I think Abdul Carter and Campbell are the favorites right now. Carter has a lot of pressures, not a lot of QB hits or sacks. He's been solid. Trey Amos, by the way, just shout out to him. He's played pretty well for the Commanders. And Xavier Watts at safety, has had a good rookie season for the Falcons. But we're giving the award to Schlesinger. Let's do the Coach of the Year, and then we'll take a break. I'll let you start, Colleen, of just there's a million candidates for Coach of the Year, so I don't even want to narrow it down. There's probably 4 or 5 that I think are the main ones, but you could even go off that board and pick anyone you want.
Well, you might be thinking, oh, of course, she's going to pick Shane Steichen here. All she does is talk about the Colts. No, why not? Because who is the other team I always talk about with the quarterback
Eagles?
that I've always talked to? Oh, no, not that one.
Okay.
Sirianni
Sirianni would be a hilarious pick here. I wouldn't even hate it.
Pacific Northwest. We have Mike McDonald for Coach of the Year. I love what he's done with this Seahawks team. They're performing so well. I mean, just look at the way that people respond to him. Look at Marshawn Lynch. If you're watching right now, giving him a massage. Was that Marshawn Lynch? I'm not even sure.
Yes.
Okay. He has done such a good job with both sides of the ball. And you could just see, I felt like when Sam Darnold went there, everyone was kind of like, oh, well, the Vikings, they were with him all year, so they truly know what he's about. And obviously, they did not value him enough to keep him. So let's see how he does out in Seattle. And he's done great. And Mike McDonald, I think, has done a really good job.
Good pick.
I was talking to a coach the other week who knows Mike McDonald well. And the thing that he just kept saying he was so in awe of was how he constantly evolves. You can see it on the field and you could see, but it's a combination of evolution and communication because he understands how to teach his offense. He understands how to like layer it. We talked about this last year with him because you could start to see it progressing, especially down the backstretch of last season defensively. You could see the little layers and the progression teaching points that they were building in to this group. And now it's one of the best defenses in the NFL. And I think that's such a credit to him and how he runs the entire operation. I, however, am going to go with the guy who I predicted at the beginning of the year was going to win the Coach of the Year.
Uh-oh,
award.
confirmation bias.
Mike Vrabel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's such a good
Because,
one.
and Greg, I remember it like it was yesterday, Greg, because you rightfully said that market is going to have crazy high expectations, and he is going to have to not only exceed expectations, but the team in terms of win-loss, but the team is going to have to play like a totally different team. And guess what? Check and check. Both of these things are happening. And it's crazy. And honestly, it's a little startling to me how we haven't seen you be more vocal and excited about this.
I've been
It's a fear of being judged, I think.
No, I've been enjoying watching Drake
Really
May
stoic. He's like
slang it.
Hmm?
The expectations were high. Like they had to win 10 or 11 games minimum for him to get a chance to win this, and they're 7-2. So all they got to do is go 4-4. He has a real chance, and I think the number one thing that you can see that he does, number one, I think he just has such great buy-in. He's great on the relationship front. I think if there was a model for him as a coach, it would probably be like Mike Tomlin, but better in game management, which would be an awesome coach if we could get that, because they're really good at situational football. They're really good at like late and clock situations, when to be aggressive, when not. Like the details are really good. He's not a scheme guy.
Yeah.
And we'll see how their defense looks when they play better offenses. But running the whole operation, I think he's a great choice.
Also,
Yeah.
what about Sean Payton?
Sean Payton's in the
Throwing
mix.
another name in there.
Yeah.
Steichen,
I
I think.
cut you off.
No, you're good. I love that you said that because I do think he should be in it. Dave Canales too, especially with kind of how his teams have, I'll get to it in a minute, but how his teams have really started to develop a very specific personality. Yeah, I like it. I think.
Wait, you're gonna talk about the Panthers?
So what if I do?
I'm just kidding.
So what if I do?
A lot of good candidates out there.
But I think with Vrabel, you touched on something awesome there, Greg, because I keep seeing little moments with this guy that really sway me toward the EQ side of what he does too. And you've always heard stories about it, but Drake May had a bad second, third, and part of the fourth quarter last week. And they didn't score any points in the second, all but 3 points in the second half. And he struggled. He turned the ball over twice. After his second turnover, Mike Vrabel comes over to Drake May on the sidelines where he's sitting with the tablet and looks really mad. And Mike Vrabel puts his forehead to forehead, like dad son kind of, we're going to have a talk, kind of thing. And you could tell he was saying, like, I got you. I believe in you. It's okay. We've got your back. And like, I was like, oh yeah, got the EQ.
That's so sweet.
EQ is there as well. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and Drake May said after the game too, he appreciated that. Basically was saying move on to the next play and be confident. Like the thing I love about how they treat him is they show their confidence in him with their play calls, which is like the best way to do it. When they need to close out a game, they will ask Drake May to do hard stuff, and he delivers. Just because I want to throw out a different name, I might go Kyle Shanahan.
Ooh, I like it.
Okay, interesting.
I like rewarding plans coming together. I think Mike McDonald, it would be a case for him too, like year 2 there. Like I thought Andy Reid was the coach of the year last year because like it's not just what he's doing that year, but it's everything that he's built. That was a bad team, and he somehow won 15 games with them. Like, what is a better example of being a good coach? And so I think Kyle Shanahan is kind of like that too. Everything that he has built there over the years and what they've overcome injury-wise this year has been outrageous. You can even give him a little credit for having enough of a good relationship with Robert Saleh to get him back in the building.
Bring him on back into the mix.
So I just think they've overachieved, and so I throw his name out there, but we do have to make a decision. So someone has to go to the other side and just like make a choice.
Well,
Steichen, by the way, is a really good candidate too.
Too many good candidates.
Yeah. Well, we know Gregg's not changing his.
I was going to just go with Mike McDonald because that honestly was where I was leaning. That was where I was leaning first. As
I'm
my
over,
first pick.
guys. The
I'm
water's
so
warm.
impressed
Okay.
with what he's done. Yeah.
I think for the first half of this year, they have been incredibly well coached, and it's a plan coming together. Like this show. We did it. Eric has been working with the Inglewood Orchestra for weeks on this little ditty here.
On the score.
And it paid off. We'll be back with some more awards, including the MVP award.
Ooh.
Bet you guys can't guess my pick.
Back on NFL Daily with the greatest award show in the business. It's the NFL Daily Midseason Awards. First annual?
Yeah. It's going to be...
We'll be here next year. NFL, bring us all back,
Please.
Universe, bring us all back.
I think the building's leased for a while. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, this actually leads perfectly into my
is
award.
it
Okay, do it.
Another
Colleen.
death talk? Guys,
Colleen,
we're
give
doing
an award.
doing
Give an
another
award.
Death talk?
Okay, everyone. The 2025 Mom and Dad Please Stop Fighting Award goes to YouTube TV and ESPN.
Oh my gosh.
I need you guys to make up.
Yeah.
We love you both so much. We need to see you together again. It's so difficult to watch things now. I really only watch sports, and I would love to see this marriage last.
Yeah.
We would love to see you stay together. YouTube TV is so fantastic for games. I love all of the quad box that you can do. I love that you can have whatever you want. You can see all sorts of customized things. You can watch games, you can watch politics, you can watch, cartoon shows if you want. You can watch whatever you want. But they're really making Mom and Dad are really making Monday Night Football difficult to watch, and I don't want to see them fight and in this pain anymore. We can come to an agreement here. You guys have done so well for so long together, so please make this relationship last.
I do hate to see monolithic corporations fighting. You know what I mean? It just hurts me. You could have checked out NFL Plus. I was thinking it would be funny
eventually
if NFL Plus was doing some counter programming, just like, hey guys, we're here. We got Monday Night Football. But yeah, sad to see.
I know it.
Get it together for the kids, guys.
I am
for football.
I am a subscriber. I think a lot of people learned that that they had an ESPN subscription, but apparently there's some higher tier where they give you gold, cufflinks or something, and you get to watch Monday Night Football because somehow you have a subscription and not Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
I was confused about that. I have a lot of subscriptions. I don't even know what I have subscriptions to anymore.
That little award, might not even make it to
The
the show
show.
just because of corporations coming down on us.
Okay. Well, it's fine.
I like our jobs.
Sorry.
No.
Just-
I
don't
agree.
like
They
when
should
mom
make
and
up.
dad
It is
fight.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Just make it happen. Usually these things happen and then they just figure it out quickly, and they haven't figured it out quickly. Jourdan.
Yes. Well, much like my life in general,
Mm.
I have the I Just Can't Quit You
Oh,
award.
no. I can't imagine where this
And
is
this
going.
goes to the Carolina Panthers, a team who also simply won't quit, guys. The way that they've battled through adversity, now finding an identity, playing spoiler to other teams, it's becoming their identity to ruin other people's day. Maybe teams that came in with just a higher quality perception or better narrative around them. The Carolina Panthers are giving them the business. The run game is off the ground after finally moving to feature Rico Dowdle. We love him. The defense is playing way better. These guys have a little something, and I always knew, I was here the whole time. I always knew they could do it, and I'll never quit these guys.
Dave Canales. He is modeled, and he said it, after Pete Carroll. And there is a little bit of like
Radical
Uh-huh.
positivity.
greater than the sum of their parts. If the Packers are less than the sum of their parts, the Panthers are greater. The vibes are fantastic.
Good vibes. Great vibes this year compared to last year. We love to see them win.
And
Yes.
I do,
And I was still there.
is
Is this a shot at me and the Colts?
No,
No.
I like.
No,
that.
I
Let's
could
take it
only
that way.
aspire to live on that timeline.
Yeah, that
Okay.
No, I'm still in overeating on the couch, part of the revenge body.
Oh, I got you.
know?
I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
that does indicate like a level of narcissism from Colleen, where she thinks everything
Oh,
is about her. That I
no.
personally appreciate, because
This is
that's
something
what I.
that-
Don't you dare insult my friend.
No, I'm just.
That's gonna like stick with me now
No,
forever.
How
please
dare you?
don't.
How dare you, sir?
It's kind of like those. Every accusation is an admission. You know,
Oh,
so
okay.
you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
that if I'm seeing that,
Okay,
Oh,
well, now
you're
you have
really
to say
talking
something
about
bad about yourself.
I just did. That's the point. Okay,
All right,
I'm gonna
let's
give
talk
out.
about death.
I'm
all
gonna
right?
give my final award, and it's just the second year leap award. And you said I wasn't having enough fun talking about the Patriots, but I looked around because I feel like there's always a lot of talk about the rookies, and then you don't really look as much about the second year. And I gotta say, after going through last year's draft class, a lot of people are on the struggle bus right now. Like overall, maybe not the best draft class, and a lot of rookies, certainly at quarterback, but otherwise too, played better last year than this year. But these gentlemen all are playing better. I think you know who the winner is going to be, but I do want to give a shout out to the runners-up. Tanner Bordellini of the Colts, one of the best centers in the league
And
now,
a great name.
out of nowhere.
Sounds like a
Leatu
sauce.
Latu of the Colts. Pretty quiet rookie year, and like it was really made a complete game coming off a 3-sack game, but has had a ton of pressure. And then Tyke Smith developed into one of the better slot players, safeties in the league for the Bucks. But of course, it's Drake May. I mean, we didn't even have him on quarterback island. We weren't even really considering it to start the year.
He's on there now.
I remember hearing from our guy Nick Wright that I think we did some sort of quarterback rankings in the offseason, and he was at like 16th or 17th. He was like, can he just do something? Can we actually see it first before we get there? And now here we are. I think any reasonable ranking of just this year would have him in the top 5. Maybe he's going to come up in our MVP talk. I don't know. But he
Oh my
he
God.
legitimately would be in it. I mean,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, you're not wrong. He's in
There's kind of no case.
the conversation.
Yeah.
And stay tuned for later this week where we all have a conversation.
About the conversation.
I just can't believe he's leading the league in completion percentage, and it's not like he's dinking and dunking. Like their average depth of target's one of the highest in the league. That's quite a combination to be throwing downfield that much and leading the league. And I can't believe how good he is on the short stuff, because that was something that everyone coming into the draft thought would take a little while.
I'm just noticing how you did not mention me in year 2 as someone who improved.
Oh.
So, year 2.
Well, that's. I mean, who thinks that way? This is your year one.
I'm
This is your rookie season, in terms of
I thought that
like-
you performed so well your rookie year. I would have given you offensive and defensive rookie of the year
That's fair.
award.
It just was so great. The second after I said that, just the shadow that passed over Greg.
I was like, wait, what?
He was like,
Really blew this.
You
Okay.
know what? Hold on, wait. While you're on the Patriots, I will.
Oh no, too much.
he's never
Patriots
off
talk.
the Patriots.
I will
Too much
throw.
Patriots
That's
talk.
true. I will just throw in a quick
Oh wow.
award that maybe
Eric's shaking his head. We got to get to
No.
25 minutes or else we won't beat the break. No, I'm kidding.
the
Do it,
duo
do it.
that we didn't know we needed in our lives, Robert Kraft and Cardi B.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
so glad you mentioned that.
needed it.
Yes.
We needed it so bad, and
Yes.
thank you. You delivered, and I want her to come to more games.
Yes.
She said she wouldn't be coming to any games until her album dropped. So I'm hoping that means she's going to be coming to more games because I need it all. I love it.
And they got him a touchdown, or actually, he got
They
himself.
got him
Yeah.
a touchdown.
I'm saying they got it while he's there, but I shouldn't even say that because he caught that ball at like the 13-yard line and
Yeah.
showed a little juice there, getting around the edge and making it happen. What was the song they played when he scored the touchdown? Because they played a Cardi B song at Foxborough,
Wow.
and that's kind of an amazing moment.
I don't know what they
I
played.
hope it was Bodak Yellow, but it could have been like a new song to promote.
Well, it could have been. Yeah, it could have been a lot. She's got a lot of bangers, a lot of good songs.
Instead of what, it could have been WAP.
Ah.
But all right,
Aw.
let's move on.
I like it. Maybe I like
Hello,
it.
fellow kids.
Very different song.
What?
Very different song. Let's fly through these last ones. Offensive Player of the Year, which has kind of turned into best non-quarterback
Outside was the song.
That was a song.
outside. Okay.
Okay.
From the new album.
Just closing the loop there.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
No, I appreciate it. I did notice that like her song with Migos, Drip, which was like a long time favorite in the Rosenthal household, is now promoting nachos, I believe.
Huh.
Nacho. So it's like
Velveeta, I believe.
I think
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
Yep.
Like a dip. So
And what does that mean?
It's
I don't know what it
silky
means, but it
cheese.
just means like
She's getting the cheese.
yeah, that's
That's
true.
what it means.
Yes, the cheddar. in
Everyone
fact.
should get paid, but I felt like that's too new of a good song to be a
You
Velveeta
shouldn't
ad.
Be allowed to talk about cool stuff.
I'm
I shouldn't
old.
be allowed to talk. Period.
Hello, fellow kids. I'm sorry, Greg.
Cardi B's more.
You're not old.
I wasn't gonna say our generation because she's obviously much younger than me, but I'll give her your generation. It's not like Cardi B is just a kid. She's been in the mix.
She's. I'm much older than Jourdan.
That's fair too.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
You and Cardi B about the same age.
but again, I don't believe in chronological age.
She's accomplished 15 lifetimes worth of old Jourdan,
Okay, I
okay.
guess you were right, Eric, to
All right.
doubt us being able to beat this next break. Our Offensive Player of the Year candidates.
Oh,
Some I'll throw out there. I used to hate this award. Now I just begrudgingly do accept that it exists. Some possibilities. And if any of them you wanted for MVP, sure. Jonathan Taylor,
Love it.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yes, my pick.
same.
Those are probably the
Yay!
two leaders in the clubhouse. It's annoying to talk quarterbacks here, so other players that at least just deserve a little love. Bajan is on pace for 2,000 yards from scrimmage. It's kind of
Oh,
like we're picking on the Falcons for not using him enough, but like that's a monster season. Puka is having a great year. CMC obviously having a great year. But yeah, I think it's between Taylor and JSN. You said your pick was JSN, Jourdan?
Both of ours are.
yeah.
I'm with you then. I guess I don't have
Really?
a choice. Yeah.
He's first of all having an historic season in the parameters of the team that he plays on in Seattle, but also like league wide having an historic season. He just similar to how Jonathan Taylor does for his own offense, adds this element of such a threat in so many different ways in the passing game, explosive plays, sort of finesse plays underneath, and has become somebody who they've built their entire offensive identity as multiple as it is in other areas around and through. And he's the personality of this offense right now. And I love it for them. And you could say all of these same things about Jonathan Taylor, which is why I'm like not mad at all if whichever way we want to go. I think both are really deserving. I just think Jackson Smith and Jigba has just brought this electricity. Like you're thinking about this Seahawks team as the most explosive offense, which they are statistically, the most explosive pass game in the entire league, and on pace to be an historically explosive passing game.
I mean, October alone, like his numbers in like 3 games, just insane. And I think too, this offense is sort of a run-first offense, and he's still able to do what he does within that system, and he's leading in metrics in terms of receiving yards per game. And what a huge stat that is, obviously, for Offensive Player of the Year. I love JSN here.
All right, he's the pick. I mean, both of them, him and Taylor, could be in the mix for MVP in a world where, and we can be the change that we want to see in the world. If we want to vote JSN for MVP, it's not that crazy. Imagine if you took him away from that team, they would be struggling. Let's hit Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think there's a favorite at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like Coach of the Year. I'll just throw it to you guys of where you want to go. It seems like the linebackers are not going to really be options this year, like off-ball guys, because Fred Warner got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And who was the other option that I was thinking of that there also was an injury? Like Zach Bond is obviously not at that level this year, but who would you pick?
I would love to see Micah Parsons win.
Yeah, the story of
Devin
so
Lloyd
good,
got
too.
hurt. That was who I was thinking
Yeah.
too.
Like Nick Bonito is another guy that would be a good option.
A
but
listener, or at least a follower.
Oh, what up, Nick? Well, I'm sorry
We
that
love
I'm not
you.
giving you this award right now, but the only reason that Micah Parsons gets the edge over Benito is because I just would love for Jerry Jones to see Micah Parsons win Defensive Player of the Year after he was traded away from his team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Benito's a follower, though. I think I just got retweeted with some hate into his timeline. So that's the worst way
Oh, all right,
for it
well,
to happen.
Greg had a moment. Yeah. But you
I
know what?
heard
We
about
love him.
that.
We talk about him constantly and we love him to death. So if he did listen, he would be on the right side of history in that front. But I was going to go with Aiden Hutchinson. As much as I love the story here of Micah Parsons, and I think very much he could run away with this on the second half of the season, but up until now, it's not just Aiden Hutchinson quite clearly like changing the entire aspect of what this defense is capable of, and his return being so impactful schematically and really bringing this like gravitas and ferociousness to a group that's already very well coached despite the injuries that they had on the back end. It's also like such a great emotional story coming back from how horrific that injury was.
Yeah.
And I want to give him this because I am so annoyed year after year by the Comeback Player of the Year award when somebody who died on the football field did not get it after coming back to life and playing in another NFL football game. And so I am so annoyed by that award in general. And I don't want people to say, oh, we can't choose between Micah Parsons and Aiden Hutchinson. And so we're just going to give, Micah Parsons Defensive Player of the Year. And we still have a category for Aiden Hutchinson. I'm like, no, win it definitively. And I think Aiden Hutchinson
comeback.
win this award.
I'm done with Comeback Player of the Year too. That's why I didn't even bring it up on this one.
Thank God.
I would just want to make it Most Improved. Do a Most Improved award. Most Improved would be a great award. NBA has that,
good.
and that's just like who got better.
Daniel Jones.
That would be a great one. I mean, May would be an option for that. Although you would probably want to avoid the top guys in his second year. I think I'd probably go with Myles Garrett right now, just because
Nice.
I just think he's the best player. I think he might be the best football player alive.
I'm not mad at any of these,
Yeah.
honestly. And if it,
But the numbers really aren't quite there. I mean, they are with sacks, but in terms of total pressures, Hutchinson actually is leading the pack by a decent amount. Will Anderson's had a great year. I think those would be probably the top 5 options when you include Benito and Hutch. We got to break a tie though, so I think
I'm gonna go Hutch.
Let's go with Hutch.
Yeah.
I was gonna go Hutch too.
Great.
I think that wins.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett, it's more
congrats to Aiden Hutchinson.
he's turned into maybe the best run defender in the league too, and that's they're just changing every opposing offense has to just change everything they do because of him. But Hutch getting it done. All right, MVP. All right, here's my list. The thing that I think is going to be key about the conversation, and we're going to hit this more on Wednesday. This isn't about who's going to win the MVP. It's just who's been the best so far. There is no obvious choice. I think any one of 8 guys could win, and actually there's no one that's particularly ahead of the pack. That's my opinion, and I'm not listing in any order here. I think if we're giving it to a quarterback, any of the following quarterbacks would make sense to me. Darnold, Stafford, Josh Allen, Drake May, Daniel Jones, Patrick Mahomes. You can't really tell me that one of those guys is way ahead of the others.
You're missing someone?
Except
Who am I missing?
I thought that's what you were going to say. No.
you say what you were going to say.
No, I was letting him know that
We're
you were
all
going
pointing.
like this. Yes.
We're all pointing at each other. What are we going to say? I was just going to say there's only one of these players who's doing this at 37 years old,
Sure.
who's in this caliber of the conversation. Matthew Stafford, 21 touchdown passes, 268.4 yards per game, 2 interceptions all season. It's incredible watching what he's doing. The Immortal Chamber really did its job because at 37, at 37 years old, Matthew Stafford is having maybe one of his best seasons in his entire career.
All right, you got me with the only one is doing this at 37 because I was watching him and just the way that the ball comes out of his hands, it's just so beautiful.
Sick.
It's like art. It's like a choreography of watching him in the offense play. And yeah, this level of play, I almost feel like people forget about him because he's one of the older quarterbacks in the conversation. He gets left out of the conversation and he 1000% should be in it. He's played so well consistently all season. And I feel like the thing with him is always, his back. Like in training camp and if he does get hurt, it's like, well, he's old. It's a bad back. What are you going to do? But that doesn't seem to be a problem this year at all. He looks great.
It's also like the tale of two, MVP, most valuable player, the tale of 2 seasons. If that really was going to be something that was the issue coming into the regular season, this Rams team is not here. They are not doing this. They are not having the type of production they are. He is their A-plus plan, and he always was. And because they know that he not only can play like this, but he also elevates everyone else around him to the point where it's an entirely different team and outlook when he's not on the field.
And you never know. I know he has the back injury, but like Tom Brady still had like 4 top 2 finishes in MVP to go after 37. You never know. I wouldn't pick Stafford just you're picking hairs, splitting hairs rather. Darnold would be my pick so far, just because the numbers are just way better. I mean,
I just love that you said that.
Yeah, he would be my pick so far. I think Josh Allen and May and Jones, like I basically am just repeating myself. All those guys I think are pretty close to each other, including Stafford. But Darnold's numbers are pretty overwhelming, and that's where like Stafford, for instance, he's not giving you anything running, and the advanced stuff is not as good for Stafford, where he's like, 8th to 10th in EPA per play and success rate, all that stuff. Where Darnold's far and away like 1 in a lot of those, and it's just the eye test. He had that moment. Granted, they lost to the Bucs, but I'm kind of thinking of moments in the year. Who's given me more moments? Like that, the first half against the Commanders, that was a moment. That Bucs game for Darnold was a moment
you don't
where
think Stafford has given you moments.
I think they've lost, and he hasn't. I'm just trying to pick between them, but yeah, they've lost their 2 biggest games of the year to the Colts and Eagles, where it was kind of like uneven. Like not lost. They beat the Colts. My bad.
Or is it because it's been more
The Thursday
surprising
night,
to see Darnold
Yes.
play the way that he has, and it's almost like we've become accustomed to watching Matthew Stafford be a really, really great quarterback for a while now. So you kind of like he gets lost in the sauce a little bit because of that.
I was thinking of the 49ers game in prime,
Yes.
but he was good at he's been good in these games anyway. That's what I mean, splitting hairs, because I think it's honestly you could make just as strong a case for Josh Allen overall, and May wouldn't be like too far off either. The biggest thing against him is just the competition.
It just made me so happy to hear you talk about Sam Darnold in that way, because it's true. I mean, honestly, and if you're gonna go, it is splitting hairs. If you're gonna go moment to moment, or you're gonna go stat by stat by stat, you can argue some for some and others for others,
Yes.
and it would just be like a vastly shifting chart and scale. And so for me, just in my gut, now I'm going to pick Matthew Stafford, but if both of you want Darnold, I am not mad at it, and I'll come with you on it and with a full support, because I just love that for Sam Darnold, if so.
It's up to Colleen then.
Okay.
I'm fine
See
either
what,
way.
see what
Well,
we've done?
I know.
He's flipped it on you.
I just, you know what? We talked about manifesting a little bit. I don't even know if that was on the show or if that was before the show, but I would love to manifest this for Sam Darnold.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because what a redemption story this would be for him. He's already had all of these chapters, but to have the success he had last year and then get traded away and then have the same success and go on to win an MVP would just be such a chef's kiss.
Well, you know what? He
Revenge body.
doesn't even need to go on to win an MVP. He just won it. The half-season MVP from NFL Daily. Play the music.
Congratulations.
Sam Darnold, congratulations. I don't want to be weird about it, but it's kind of nice to give him the award because I feel like Stafford's maybe, if I was predicting,
Okay.
Stafford might be more likely to get the end of the season award. But who knows?
Oh.
You know, what a moment. Congratulations.
Honestly, you could just turn this music on and I'll forget whatever we were
No.
talking about or
What is
doing, and I'll just
pain?
be in a happy mood.
Congratulations to everyone who came.
What is pain?
We don't know it.
NFL honors. Let's jam in our Thursday night football. Quickly, we got the Raiders and the Broncos. A little bit of an anticlimax here. But the Raiders in primetime, coming off maybe their best performance of the season, certainly on offense. You know, it took until the fourth quarter to get going, but ultimately I was looking at like the numbers of like the best passing performances from a week ago, top 5, and I was like, oh, Geno Smith is on there at number 4 with 4 touchdowns, and I don't know if it was the Jaguars defense or what. We'll find out because this is a brutal matchup against a great Broncos defense.
Do you know what was kind of interesting? So the Raiders now are going to be a full 12 personnel offense, and they showed that this last week, and against the Jaguars, especially Brock Bowers being back, is so huge. What was interesting was they ran several of the Rams' own 12 personnel plays that they previously ran against the Jaguars in London, against the Jaguars again, including a touchdown from the goal line out of a heavy personnel look that was almost like tape, like moment for moment tape, the same thing. And that's smart. You got to find edges. You got to figure out ways to win with the personnel that's working for you. And Brock Bowers being back allows them to do that and to stay in that very dynamic, heavier personnel and give Geno Smith bigger targets, especially with all the zone that they're seeing, giving him bigger targets within those zones.
Yeah, this will be the first time that we're seeing the Raiders offense without Jacoby Myers. So everything is going to run through Brock Bowers. So that's obviously going to be interesting just to see how that goes with the Broncos secondary. The Broncos have just been one of those teams this year. The Broncos and the Patriots have both won 6 straight games to unexpectedly lead their division with second-year quarterbacks. It's just been really cool to watch. But for Sean Payton and Bo Nix, this is going to be a spotlight game for them just because they're going to be able to show off, I think.
Yeah, they should. This Raiders defense just does not have enough talent. Pete Carroll has not come up with answers, and they end up, giving up 4 straight scoring drives to the Jaguars. Like their offense finally showed up, and the defense couldn't get one stop against the Jaguars in the fourth quarter or overtime of that game. And the Broncos are favored by 8.5. But who knows? Bo Nix, so far this season, the Broncos offense is 16th in DVOA in efficiency, and the defense is 3, which if you had said before the start of the season, it's not that shocking. But watching Nix really struggle early in games so often has been a little surprising to me. So this, a lot of Raiders games, should feel okay, just feel better about everything after this week. Create open receivers for him, and don't wait till the fourth quarter to start hitting them because he has missed a lot of Troy Franklin and Evan Ingram and Cortland Sutton down the field.
Yeah, agreed. And I like when they get him into a rhythm early. You know that they're going to want to keep trying to run the ball. Have had some success with that, develop more of an identity there. And, I think if we get an even Bo Nix, even, not negative plays, not making mistakes or forcing throws, get an even Bo Nix game and the same caliber of game that we are accustomed to seeing from this defense, they should have no problem with the Raiders. But when you suddenly change your dynamic or your dominant personnel in the middle of a season like this, it is really tough for teams to adjust to it when they've looked at all of your tape previously and it was not this thing. You only have one game of tape of what you're going to be moving forward. That's really, really tough, and I think it does throw a wrench into this.
And Brock Bowers is just so fast.
He's a freak.
It was so nice to see him back to rookie Brock Bowers because I have never seen a tight end move that fast. With the ball in his hands, and Geno Smith hit him in stride a couple times. And I thought Ashton Genty, coming off the bye, had a little more juice and played really well last week. Geno had a few more deep throws. So if you're looking for something positive that can happen, and then you're just hoping for a Bo Nix Fritz out. There was this one play where he stepped up in the pocket last week, late in the game. It's totally wide open in front of him, and he decides to jump and throw a sidearm on a 3rd and 13, and he missed it by 6 yards. And I was just thinking, like, why did you jump and throw it sidearm?
Why not? No,
I
I'm just
guess. It's like,
kidding. I'm just kidding.
that's for Patrick Mahomes. Okay, Raiders are going to Denver, and yeah, the Broncos are 8.5-point favorites. We'll be recapping that, me and Shook, and we'll add something fun and spicy to make it even better, just in case it's a
Cool.
blowout, because it absolutely could be. This was the award show to end all award shows
I don't even know how to do death metal.
for Colleen Wolfe
Yeah.
and
Cool.
J-Rock.
Let's go.
100% G. We'll see you for the preview show.
Tool. I can't believe that. What a plot twist.
I love Tool.